How to fill out a claims for benefit form. In this presentation, I will explain to you how to fill out a claim for benefits form in a workers' compensation claim. However, each case is different, and my strong advice is to have an attorney fill out your claim for benefits or review it with you so that your benefits are protected. But in general, I'd like to give you some information that may help in general with assisting filling out a claim for benefits form. When you get a claim for benefits form, which you can do on the Virginia Workers' Compensation website, or you may get a copy in the mail, or possibly you can go to my website at injuredworkerslawfirm.com and get a claim for benefit forms, you will note that there are two parts, Part A and Part B. Part A should always be filled out. In general, you put your name, your employer's contact information. One of the most important sections is labeled parts of your body injured. In this section, you must list all the body parts that are affected by your injury. It is important to list every body part, even if some body parts might be needing immediate attention and some might seem to have had only minor injuries. In the long run, if it's not listed, then the insurance company is not legally required to pay for the medical care for that particular body part. In general, when in doubt, listing more than less is a good idea. How the injury occurred. In this section, you need to include a description of how the injury occurred. Repetitive injuries, like lifting boxes all day, are not covered, or slipping and falling for unexplained reasons. You want to be specific with a specific time and a specific event. For example, while lifting the third box, I felt a sharp pain in my back. I slipped and fell due to not being able to see the steps because I was holding a box. I slipped and fell on water. The next section is the date of injury and the average gross earnings. You need to put the specific date of the injury and then your average weekly wage. Make sure when you're averaging your weekly wage that you include all your overtime and bonuses into this amount. If you do not get this amount exact, it will be okay, because in the future a 52-week wage statement will be created, and that will be determined by actually using your pay stubs. If you're relying on the insurance adjuster, though, please make sure that your overtime, bonuses, and any shift differentials are added to that. Additionally, if you have a similar equal paying job, that can be added too. For example, if you have 2 part-time jobs as a waitress, you can add the wages from both jobs. However, if you work at a restaurant as a waitress at one restaurant and you work at your other job as a cook, those are not similar jobs. So you cannot double the, or increase your average weekly wage that way. It's very important at the end of Part A to sign and date the form. Part B. Under Part B, you will specify what it is that you are requesting. Though it states that it's optional, in my opinion, it isn't really. At a minimum, you want lifetime medical benefits. So you would want to check that box. The next section is for lost wages. You would want to put the dates that you have lost, like a full day of work there. If you are still out of work, you would say from the date until to present and continuing. If you are losing some work, for example, the doctor has you out of work 4 hours, or you can only work 4 hours a day, you would say that you need partial lost wages. You would check the third box, giving the specific dates. The fourth box is to get what's called permanent partial disability benefits, which is the permanent loss of use of a body part. This is usually not filled out right away. This is once the doctor has said that you are at maximum medical improvement and you will not get any better. For more information on this, you can go to my website at injuredworkerslawfirm.com. But in the meantime, what you would do is just fill out another form, claim for benefit form, when the time comes when you would be requesting permanent partial disability benefits. But generally, you're not doing that the first time you're filing this. The next group is if doctors or medical providers have been sending you copies of medical bills saying that you need to pay them. The next one is for death benefits, and other would be for maybe specific things, approval of an MRI, along those lines. Very specific things that aren't quite there, that you used to be out of, you were returned to work, but now you're back out of work, which is considered a change in condition. So that you would check that out, and then last but not least is attaching your medical records and any itemized bills and receipts. If these are not attached with your request, or for example, if you're requesting lost wages, if you do not have the out-of-work disability slip attached, nothing will be done, and it will just be filed, and you will get a letter saying, we're not doing anything with this until we receive additional medical records. So, again, the process is slow, so if you can help the situation by providing everything at once, it will speed your claim along quickly. You file the completed form with the Virginia Workers' Compensation Commission. What happens then is that the Commission will generate a letter called a 20-day order request. You will get a copy of it, but it's being sent to the insurance carrier, basically saying you have 20 days to legally accept or deny this claim. If it is denied, they have to say why, or they'll say, we don't believe he has lost wages, but we're accepting medicals only. At that point, you would need to make a decision.